The ordinary revenue in the budget is projected at Kenyan shilling 1.78 trillion, equivalent to 14.3% of GDP. Mr. Speaker, total expenditure in the financial year 2021-22 budget are projected at Kenyan shilling 3.03 trillion, equivalent to 24.5% of GDP, from Kenyan shilling 2.89 trillion, equivalent to 25.8% of GDP in the financial 2020-21 budget. Recurrent expenditure will amount to Kenyan shilling 2 trillion or 16.2% of GDP. On the other hand, development expenditures, including foreign finance projects, allocations to contingency fund, and conditional transfers to county government are projected at Kenyan shilling 669.6 billion. This funding is expected to accelerate completion of ongoing critical infrastructure projects in the country. Mr. Speaker, the expenditures I've outlined in this budget are consistent with those approved in the 2021 budget policy statement. Given the performance of revenue and the available levels of funding from our development partners, it is indeed necessary that we strictly adhere to the expenditure ceilings as presented so as to manage and stabilize public debt. Mr. Speaker, given the projected revenues and grants against the projected expenditure, Mr. Speaker, Kenya's public debt remains sustainable, but the debt carrying capacity has, however, declined. Financing of the fiscal deficit will continue to be strictly guided by the debt and borrowing policy and the annual medium-term debt strategy. Mr. Speaker, the government is implementing reforms to strengthen the institutional arrangements of public debt management by aligning the operations of the Public Debt Management Office to the PFM Act. In this respect, decisions of the day-to-day management and operations of the public debt management shall be undertaken by the Public Debt Management Office to enhance efficiency, strengthen accountability and transparency. In addition, Mr. Speaker, during this calendar year, we have scheduled a set of debt management operations to lower costs and risk in our public debt portfolio to improve on the country's debt sustainability indicators and sovereign credit rating. I look forward to support of the August House for the amendment of public debt to enable implementation of debt management operations. The government will continue with the implementation of the economic stimulus program in the financial 2021-22. With targets to cushion vulnerable citizens and businesses, particularly those affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. We have in this regard set aside Kenyan shilling 23.1 billion in the financial 2021-22 budget for continuation of this program. Mr. Speaker, out of this, Kenyan shilling 3 billion is earmarked for youth empowerment and employment creation under the Kazi Mtaani program. Kenyan shilling 2.6 billion will go towards enhancing liquidity to businesses. Kenyan shilling 6.4 billion for improving educational outcomes. Kenyan shilling 6.9 billion for improving environment, water and sanitation facilities. Kenyan shilling 1.97 billion for improving agriculture and food security, as well as Kenyan shilling 1.2 billion for recruitment of health workers. Mr. Speaker, I have also set aside Kenyan shilling 1 billion for Kenya Wildlife Services to employ community scouts suppliers. Though progress was made in settlement of these bills by the national government, we still have challenges with the county government that still owe various suppliers huge amounts. In this regard, I direct government ministries, departments and agencies and the county governments to clear all their pending bills by 30th June 2021. Mr. Speaker, I urge the House to support our efforts towards enforcing compliance in payment of all verified pending bills by the county governments by backing our proposal under Article 225 of the Constitution of Kenya to temporarily stop transfers to county governments that persistently fail to comply with the directive to clear pending bills. Mr. Speaker, the financial sector has remained stable and continued to make significant contributions to the economic growth. Mr. Speaker, I have proposed an allocation of Kenyan shilling 121.1 billion to the health sector to support the various programs aimed at improving health outcomes. Mr. Speaker, of this amount, Kenyan shilling 47.7 billion will fund activities and programs for the attainment of universal health coverage. Mr. Speaker, specific allocations for the various activities and programs includes shilling 8.7 billion for the Kenya COVID-19 Emergency Response Project, shilling 4.1 billion for free maternity health care, shilling 7.2 billion for the managed equipment services, as well as shilling 1.8 billion to provide medical cover for the elderly and severely disabled persons in our society. To lower cases of HIV, AIDS, and malaria and tuberculosis in the country, shilling 5.8 billion has been set aside. To enhance vaccines and immunization program, we've set aside shilling 3.9 billion. Further, Mr. Speaker, we propose an additional shilling 14.3 billion for purchase of COVID-19 vaccines and related expenditure in the course of the financial 2021-2022. Mr. Speaker, to enhance early diagnosis and management of cancer and reduce the burden of treatment among Kenyans, I have proposed an allocation of shilling 450 million for procurement of CyberKnife radiotherapy equipment for Kenyatta University Teaching, Referral and Research Hospital Center. Mr. Speaker, affordable housing program is a pragmatic approach to addressing the housing problem, especially in the urban centers. To ensure success of this initiative, I have proposed an allocation of 13.9 billion for the affordable housing program. The proposed allocation includes 3.5 billion to Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company for establishment of the company's capital, as well as for own lending to primary mortgage lenders. 8.2 billion for construction of affordable housing units, as well as 500 million for construction of social housing units. Mr. Speaker, to support the Nairobi Metropolitan Services in reversing urban dignity in Nairobi City County, 100 million has been set aside for the Nairobi Metropolitan Service Improvement Project and 111.2 million for construction of footbridges. Other key allocations to the housing, urban development and public works sector includes 3.5 billion for the Kenya Informal Settlement Improvement Project Phase 2, 1 billion for construction of markets, 1 billion for maintenance of government pool houses, 750 million for construction of housing units for the National Police and Kenya Prison, 700 million for the Kenya Urban Program. Mr. Speaker, to further promote local industries, I have proposed an allocation of 20.5 billion under the various implementing ministries, departments and agencies. Out of these, 2 billion will go to the Credit Guarantee Scheme to enhance access to affordable credit by micro, small and medium enterprises in the manufacturing sector. 500 million will support development of various micro, small and medium enterprises in Kenya, and 600 million for provision of finances to micro, small and medium enterprises through the Kenya Industrial Estate. In addition, Mr. Speaker, I have set aside 8.3 billion for Dongokundu Special Economic Zone, 350 million for development of the Special Economic Zone, Textile Park in Naivasha, Kenani Leather Industrial Park and at the River Textile Hub, 90 million for the Free Port and Industrial Park Special Economic Zone in Mombasa. Other proposed allocations include 130.2 million for the modernization of Rivertex, 800 million for access roads to industrial park facilities.